They appear without warning, dressed in immaculate black suits, faces unreadable, voices calm but firm. No name tags, no official badges, and yet they radiate authority, fear, finality. These are the so-called men in black. Not the flashy heroes of Hollywood, but real flesh and blood enforcers who operate in the shadows, the kind of shadows where truth goes to die. For decades, eyewitnesses, whistleblowers, and UFO researchers have told the same chilling story. After reporting something unusual, something they shouldn't have seen, they get a visit, and everything changes. Jobs vanish, evidence disappears, memories blur, and sometimes people just vanish too. This isn't science fiction. It's a pattern, a mechanism, an unspoken warning from a system that doesn't tolerate loose ends. And whether these visitors are government agents, private contractors, or something else entirely, one thing is clear. They show up when someone gets too close to something they weren't supposed to touch. It starts with a sighting, a strange light in the sky, an object moving against the laws of physics. Then the witness goes public. Maybe they upload a video, give an interview, or speak at a conference. Days later, a knock at the door. 3 men in black suits, silent, cold. They ask questions that feel more like threats, and before the conversation ends, they make one thing clear: keep quiet or face the consequences. There's a reason these stories don't go viral, a reason why even the most passionate researchers end up walking away: fear. The men in black don't use violence. They don't need to. Their weapon is silence. Their tool is pressure, subtle, relentless, and devastating. They know everything about you: where your kids go to school, what medications you take, what you did 15 years ago that you'd rather forget. They don't say it outright. They don't have to. The threat is in the implication, in the way they smile when they mention your mother's name, in how they know your dog's name without ever asking. But here's the real question: who are they protecting? Is it a matter of national security? Are they guarding classified technology? Or is it something more disturbing, something not from this world? Some believe the men in black are a special branch of intelligence, sanctioned by governments but off the record. Others are convinced there's something else entirely, non-human, disguised, playing a long game we can't even begin to understand. Their behavior often defies logic, speaking in outdated phrases, driving cars that shouldn't exist anymore, displaying no emotion, no warmth, no humanity. Witnesses describe their presence as surreal, like talking to a badly programmed machine wrapped in human skin. And in more than a few cases, the technology they carry is unlike anything we know. Pens that erase memory, phones that work with no signal, gadgets that shut down cameras, erase tapes, and crash hard drives. The deeper you go, the stranger it gets. In the 50s and 60s, journalists and scientists who investigated UFO phenomena were suddenly blacklisted, careers destroyed, families threatened, people institutionalized. Not because they were wrong, but because they were right. And it hasn't stopped. Today, the internet should make it harder to hide the truth, but in some ways, it's made it easier. Information overload buries real evidence under a mountain of noise. Trolls discredit witnesses before they finish speaking. And the men in black? They've evolved. Now they don't just knock on your door, they infiltrate your online world, erase your posts, cancel your platforms, wipe your name from the search engines. If you think that sounds paranoid, remember, denial is the first layer of control. They want you to think it's all a joke, a conspiracy, something for crazy people. That way, when someone really gets too close, no one listens, no one believes them. That's how power maintains itself, not by brute force, but by erasing its own fingerprints. So why do they silence people? Because the truth is dangerous, not to us, but to them. The real truth about advanced technology, about what's really flying in our skies, about what governments know and refuse to reveal, threatens the balance of control. It shifts power. It empowers people. And that's what the Men in Black are here to prevent. Look around. Every time a major whistleblower steps forward, there's a scandal, distraction, discrediting, and sometimes disappearance. Patterns don't lie. And the pattern is this. When someone tries to expose the real nature of extraterrestrial encounters or classified tech, something happens. Not coincidence, coordination. There are reports of visits that feel more psychic than physical, entities that project thoughts directly into the mind, beings that walk through walls, disrupt electronics, or simply vanish when cornered. Are we dealing with humans trained in psychological warfare, or are we dealing with something that isn't human at all? Some testimonies speak of their voice being oddly mechanical, their skin texture too smooth, their movements off by a fraction, just enough to trigger your instincts. It's not just intimidation, it's destabilization. The kind of encounter that makes you question reality, that makes you doubt your own mind. That's the final weapon, psychological destruction. Once a witness is shaken, isolated, and discredited, the job is done. No need for violence, no need for mess, just silence. Clean, untraceable. But here's what they didn't expect. People are waking up, connecting the dots. Not everyone folds. Some stand their ground, share their stories, document everything. And with each brave voice, a crack forms in the wall of secrecy. The age of blind obedience is ending. We're learning to ask the right questions, to follow the evidence, to push past fear. Because the Men in Black might still be out there, but they no longer hold all the cards. If you've seen something, remember this: you are not alone. And if they show up at your door, you've already done something right. The truth doesn't need protection, it needs exposure. And if they're working so hard to bury it, then it must be powerful, important, world-changing. Don't look away. Don't back down. The Men in Black may silence a few, but they can't silence us all.